class, today we're going to be working on 3-digit addition within 1,000. That means that the answers could go up to 1,000 but not over 1,000. So we had a little pretest on Friday. If you have not gone and done your pretest from Friday, which was they were on Google Slides, I'd really like you to go do that first before you do this activity. So it is A day in our ABC countdown. So I thought this is a perfect day to do addition since addition starts with A. So all of our activities today are A. But what we're going to be doing first is I want to show you the pages that you are going to be working on. They will be found on Class Kick. And so I want you to make sure that you go in there and use the pen tool, not the text, because there is a box. I will show you this in just a minute. And with your pen, you can write down the equation to actually do the work so I can see how you did it. And then when I correct it, I can see if there are some problems, and then we can maybe individually or in small groups talk about what needs to happen. So first, let me show you what they are going to look like. So I'm moving the camera around here a little bit, so hopefully it's not making you seasick, right? So this is the page that you are going to be doing. It is called Addition Within 1,000, and you can see that all of the addition problems are horizontal instead of vertical. And you know how I've talked to you before about how I really don't like you to do those problems when you have the problem horizontally instead of vertically. So I'm going to show you right now, like on number 1, it is written down as 428 plus 86. So we know when it's this direction that is horizontal. And I want you to remember the first thing you need to do is to rewrite it so it is the vertical direction. So all you need to do, and this is really fun. We probably talked about this one before. You don't have to rewrite the whole thing. You are just going to cross out the 86 or erase it, and you're going to put the 86 underneath the 425. Remember, put your plus sign, and the line that is underneath that is the equal sign. Now, if you feel like you want to have that space blank, so you can do that other little method that we used if we need to make a new 10, what we do, then you can mark that and get rid of that. So what do we do when we are adding numbers together that one of them is a 3-digit number? Not all of the problems that we are going to do are going to have 3 digits on the top and 3-digit on the bottom. So remember what we do. We learned this several months ago. So Ms.Staley showed you how to put a box on the side. Now some of you have really done well with this concept where you may not need to put the box by the side. But for those of you that still need that extra help, please do that. Each of these little steps that I've taught you about really, really help. And I only want you to learn this the easiest way. Remember what that little box is for? So we look at the 2 numbers and we say, if I add those 2 numbers together, do they make more than 9? Where I would have to make a new 10. So 8 plus 6. Well, of course we know that 8 plus 6 does, right? 8 plus 6 is 14. So I am going to put a 14 in the box. So that way, I'm just redoing my box. It's not big enough. I want you to be able to look at that box. So I'm going to make my box a little bit bigger. If you want to do the same thing when you do your box, that's fine with me. That way you can see better. Okay, so we know that 8 plus 6 is 14. Now remember what we do here. We look at the number that is in the ones place, which would be the 4. That 4, we are going to draw a little arrow over here, and the 4 is going to go there. So I put the 4 underneath the 8 and the 6. What do we do with the 1? Well, if you recall, that 1 is going to go in the middle place. Now, when we first learned this, it was only with 2-digit addition. Now we're doing 3-digit addition, so we've got a little bit extra things to do. But let's not go ahead of ourselves. This is where we either do new groups above or new groups below. So basically that means that we are either putting the 1 at the top or putting the 1 below, right? So I'm just going to put my 1 right there at the top, big enough that you can see it here on the video. So now, the 4 that was in the ones place goes over here in the ones place. The new 10 that we made goes over here in the tens place. So now we have to add all the numbers together in the tens place. 8 plus 2. Why did I choose to do 8 plus 2 instead of 1 plus 2? Well, if you recall, we always like to add the numbers that can make a 10 first. So 2 plus 8 is 10. Add 1 more, that is 11. Now, can we just put the 11 down there in the tens place? No, because we have an extra 100, don't we? We've got extra. If we have 10 tens plus 1 extra, that's got to go into the hundreds place. So I will put my 1 down there. And then if you want to put the 1 again above or below, I'm going to put this one below this time, just to remind you how we do all of those. So here's new groups above, here's new groups below. This was the 11, but remember I don't put the 11 there because I have the 1 there, and here's my new groups below. Now I add in my hundreds place. 4 plus 1 is 5. So my answer is altogether 514. That is my answer. So remember, on all of these problems, I need to see all of this information. If you need to make a new 10, I need to see that. I need to see that you made a new 10, that you put either new groups above or new groups below. I want to see where you added that extra number. Now, a lot of you miss these problems because you forget to carry that new 10 over into the tens place. And I don't care if it's above or below. A lot of people prefer it this way. That's the way Ms.Staley learned. When I learned how to do this type of math, I learned how to carry that new 10 over into the tens place. This is all, remember what this is all called? We call it nowadays, we call it regrouping, right? But Mom and Dad probably called it carrying. And so I use it both ways. That way, Mom and Dad can understand what you're doing, and you can learn some new things too, and they can learn from you. So this is what you're going to be doing on 2 pages. The first page has 6 problems. The second one has 6 problems. And you are going to be doing this exact same thing. Now remember, it's really good to put the box here, do our little trick of deciding, do I have more than 9? If I do, then I have to put it, so if it's more than 9, which would give us a 10, then that's when you put the number over here. And then I remember what I did. I took the number in the ones place, put it here in the ones place. I took that new 10 that I was making and I put it here in the tens place. And remember, new groups above, that means you carry the one on the top, or new groups below like I did here where I put that new 100 below. It does not matter. Just make sure you put it there and then make sure you add it in. Okay, good luck with this today. I know you are going to do a great job. This is so much fun. And once we get done with this particular unit of doing the addition, and the 3-digit subtraction, remember what I told you. We are going to be doing a little unit on multiplication to get you ready for 3rd grade. So that's what you still have to look forward to in the next 4 weeks. Okay, have fun with our A-Day math today, which is addition with 3 digits numbers within 1,000. Bye.